We all sit straight and just recite the Om 3 times together. You can do it wherever you are. Take a deep breath. Om. Everyone, welcome to such a wonderful program. Today, all of a sudden, this message came to me that since it was the Yoga Week, International Yoga Week, which Modi ji has put a lot of efforts to get it recognized in UNO and everywhere in the world. And I thought this was the best time to speak about International Yoga Day, but not an International Yoga Day, but the yoga. But what is the true yoga? Because everyone, if you look at it in the world, asana is considered to be, or the poses considered to be the yoga. And in 2012, when I was in Rishikesh, I was going to Rishikesh, I was in Hyderabad at that time, and just 3 weeks prior to our conference, which is a yoga festival from March 1st to March 7th, the message came to me that the Western world, and in that session or in that festival, usually more than 1,000 people come, and almost 99.999% are Westerns. And for them, yoga is more like the more you touch your toes, the more you bend down, they consider themselves the best yogis and yoginis. And we know that it is much more than just bending and doing the asanas. So message came to me on February 4th that I have to take a book explaining them that this is much more than physical exercise. And I had only 2.5 weeks to reach to Rishikesh, and I had no idea. And with God's blessing, everything was aligned. In 2.5 books, the book was written, the design, and delivered in the conference. And this is a sign of the book, which I'm kind of mentioning it right here. Let me just put it a little bit small so I can just. So here is the book which came. And from there, since that has become very popular. In fact, it is a bestseller on Amazon. So the message came to me, what is yoga? Why not we start from what is yoga? As you know, I'm Satya Kalra, your host. And with blessing of Swami Hariharji Maharaj, all these books and CDs, whatever you see, it's all his blessings and his motivation to me to write the books where I did not know. And even today, I cannot write any book or anything unless I close my eyes, go into meditation, and then I get connected, and then I can write. So this is all blessing of Swamiji. And today's session is, what is yoga? Type of yogas. How do we do yogas? Where to do yogas? Big question. Benefits, meditation, and what are the tips? Because as you know, I always give the tips at the end of the day to practice on the weekends. So goal of our study session is mainly the self-transformation And I explain it in Hindi. Aadat buri sudhar lo, ho gaya bhajan. Whatever we do in life, we have gathered so many habits that as we were the pure Atma, but we have put a lot of labels to ourselves, but we have to undo those. In other words, we have to self-transform and self-improve. And the purpose of this study is Vishad to Prasad. And all is practice. You will hear a lot of Gita sessions, but main part of the session we do, or I believe, or I have, since being a medical scientist, but I'm on the applied science, where we not only do the basic research, but how to apply that science knowledge into daily life, practicing it. So and in Gita also, Lord Krishna says, unless you practice it, we hear from one ear to another ear and we forget. And then we come up with the same question. And people say, all the saints say the same. So what is this different? I hear it, I spend so much time, but it does not get into my system. I am still the same person. And unless we practice, it comes from one ear to another ear. So practice is the main focus of our session. And as Gita is the answer to all those issues in life, anything and everything, if you imagine, Gita will offer you. Gita has 24,447 words, 700 verses, 18 chapters, and every chapter is considered. In fact, to me, every word of Gita is a yoga to me. Like as Arjuna, when he got confused, he went into Vishad, means confused, didn't know what to do, disheartened. And this is what Vishad is. Whenever we are having anxiety, stress, can't think straight anymore, embodied with the lot of worldly issues. Upset, when we are really upset, that's what we are in Vishad. And Vishad means our body is filled with toxins and our physiology of the body is disturbed, and we invite a lot of diseases like insomnia, weaken our immune system, etc., which causes a lot of diseases. So Arjuna got confused and he lost his heroism. He was Kshatriya, but he could not fulfill his responsibilities, and he asked Lord Krishna. And I start my session with this verse because this is a question, not just Arjuna. This is a question of all of us, every moment, every day, so many times it comes to us and we don't know what to do and we have a question. Should I do this or this? Even a simple thing. First thing, we go in our closet. And the first question comes, should I wear this clothes or not? See how much we are embodied with the questions, but we don't even realize that we have so many questions. And these are the general, very simple questions, but the major other questions come, which brings a lot of stress on us and we don't know what to do. So as Arjuna asked the question, and that's the question I always ask Lord Krishna the same way, because I consider myself as a Arjuna. When I was writing that book, my question and God's answers, if you had asked me what was my name, I would say Arjun, because all the questions were coming to me. And that's what in that book, all the verses have a questions. Every verse has a question, which verse has the answers, but there are questions given to it where you get the answer for your question through that verse. So, karpanye dosho pahat swabhava, paschami tvam dharma sammurcheta, yachasai syani nichitam bruhi tanme, shishyaste ham shadi mam tvam prapanna. Lord, please guide me. I am confused. I am your disciple. I surrender to you and please answer my question. Guide me what to do and what not to do. So Lord Krishna advised Arjuna 3 things. He told him Nistray guna bhav Arjuna. Arjuna, go beyond your likes and dislikes, which we talked about in detail in few previous sessions. Then Lord Krishna says, Yogi bhav Arjuna. Then he says, Yog yukta bhav Arjuna. And then Arjuna gets very confused. He says, you are talking about yoga. What is this yoga? And then the answer comes, which is from our scriptures, from Vedas, from Patanjali's yoga. Also, the root word of yoga is yud, which means unite and connect. Connection. So yoga, the state of bliss, is freedom from miseries and sorrows, cycle of birth and death, bondage of karma, cause and effect, and experiencing eternal love, peace, and happiness, which is our true nature, Sat Chit Ananda. We are nothing but Anand. And yoga, the equanimity, the serenity of mind. That's what Bhagavad Gita says. The serenity of mind is called yoga. And through when we are totally calm, then we can have union within ourselves and with God. And also, there is a very popular word, the definition of yoga in Bhagavad Gita. Yogasya kuru karmani sangam tattva dhananjaya siddhya siddhya samo bhutva samatva yoga uchyate. Samatva means evenness of the mind. And actually in this verse, if it says samatva yoga uchyate, it says, Arjuna, do your duty with best of your ability, with your mind attached to God, abandoning selfish attachment and be calm. Calmness is the key here to both success and failures. Such equanimity of mind is called yoga. And actually in this verse, it says how to perform the yoga. We must be connected. We must not be selfish. Selfishness causes a lot of problems, as we spoken previously as well. Our attachments, all these, how to overcome. So again, continuous, what is yoga? Equanimity, the blissful state. Samatva yoga uchyate. And where I put this graphic here, when the heart and the mind is balanced. In Bhagavad Gita, as I said, 700 verses, 18 chapters. And every chapter of Bhagavad Gita is called yoga. But again, it is divided, or it's main 3 yogas or 4 yogas. Some people say it's 4 yogas: Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga. So Karma Yoga, every action that gives us peace, happiness, develops more love in our heart, and we are calm. And it is benefit for the universe. Sarva Bhut Hiterata. That is Karma Yoga. Then Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is considered to be like when we do bhajan kirtan and sit in the kirtan, gurdwaras and mandirs and all that. But Bhakti goes way beyond. Bhakti means when we develop so much love for the whole universe. And it says caring and sharing. That is the true love. And then Jnana Yoga, of course, that is also called Raj Yoga, which is also described in Patanjali's yoga. But in Gita, every verse ends with Yog Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade. Yog Shastre, that's why it is called the Shastras of Yogas. And if you look at it, this yoga, where people now are more than billion people are doing the yogas in the world. And in fact, I think it's more than that. Even you look at the Muslims, you know, when they bend to do pranam, they bend, that's one of the poses. Everything we do, even we do the namaste, we put the both arms in front of us. That's also yoga. We shake the hands. that is called union yoga, because we are shaking our hands with other people. Anything we connect with people, we say hello, hi. This is all connecting with each other. This is all yoga. So to me, whole universe, every human being, even the birds, if you look at the birds, they meet, they they smile. Even when we smile to each other, whatever, everything is yoga. Everything, whatever brings happiness is yoga, because it's connection. So goal of yoga is what? Yoga is not just a physical exercise, but to attain ultimate union with Supreme, connection with ourselves, and experience a Satchit Ananda. So union with our Supreme consciousness, super consciousness. Our mind has a three parts: consciousness. What we are talking about, right now, we are speaking from our consciousness, and you are listening, that's a consciousness. But when that goes, you will remember that, what we discussed, part of that at least you will remember, because that is stored in the mind, in the brain. And when it is stored in our mind and brain, then that is a subconscious mind. And when I mention brain, because there are different parts of the brain which absorbs the information from our ears. So that goes to the subconscious mind. And that is subconscious mind is the storage mind. And then with whatever we put in the subconscious mind, if we put this supreme powers knowledge that connects us to within ourselves, in other words, whatever gives us a peace and happiness and a smile on our face, that connects us to our happiness. So Patanjali's Yoga is another book. In that, my book, Yoga Beyond Asana, it is based on two parts, Bhagavad Gita and also Patanjali's Yoga. You must have heard the name of Patanjali's Yoga. And Patanjali's Yoga has the 8 limbs: Yama, Niyama, Asanas, Pranayam, Pratyahara, Dhyana, Dharana, and Samadhi. See, ultimately it goes to Samadhi. Samadhi, and Gita says also, Samatva Yoga Uchyate. In fact, in Bhagavad Gita, Samatva or Samta or evenness, go beyond likes and dislikes. 63 times that word has been repeated. And all these 8 limbs, like Yama, how we should perform within ourselves, and social behaviors like speaking honestly, non-violence, all those, these are the 10 pillars in Yama and Niyama. And we must practice those. This is what Bhagavad Gita in chapter 2 to 5 explains all that. And in chapter 6, it's a Dhyan Yoga or self-discipline yoga. And chapter 5 also is talk about asanas and pranayam. And so it's the beginning of yogas. And then asanas and pranayam, we all are familiar with these ones. So many of us are familiar with that. And we call it that exercise and the breathing exercises. But these are the foundation for our body. If we don't breathe, we are dead. But we should breathe properly to have a proper energy in our body, because our body is the energy, and our energy, our breath gives us the energy, and the body is the what you call manifestation. So energy and manifestation are together, makes the body and mind. And then, of course, it comes to the subconscious mind or the higher self. So pratyahara means not be so much busy with worldly things, too many desires, but we call it a leash on the desires. Then we can do the Dhyan Yoga, which goes in chapter 6 in Bhagavad Gita. So all these are foundation and prerequisitions for Dhyan, and then Dharana, and then it goes to final Samadhi. So what stops to do real yoga, true yoga? not just the exercise, but the true yoga. In other words, experience the ultimate happiness and peace. Because this whole our sessions is says attain ultimate happiness and peace, anandam. That's the series of our this Bhagavad Gita's sessions. And so, what are the obstacles? And in Bhagavad Gita, again, it talks about very clearly. This is a foundation. If we understand this verse of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 62 to 63, which is says very beautiful in Sanskrit, Dhyayato Vishyan Punsa, Sangasteshu Pujayate, Sanga Sanjayate Kama, Kama Krodho Vijayate, Krodha Bhavati Samoha, Samoha Smriti Vibhrama, Smriti Branchad Buddhi Nasha. And here it says our ignorance, our negative emotions, which is the anger, which desire, which, whatever we think, we want that. Desires is born from there. Attachment of that desire comes. Whatever we think more and more, and we want more. And if we don't get it, anger. And if we get it, our arrogancy, our ego. Like, I got it. I feel so proud of it. It's not I feel proud of it. I am better than others because I got it. That's what the arrogancy means. And then more desires, more greed. And if we don't get it, more jealousy, more hatred. Eventually, we lose the sleep. We lose our happiness, our smile. In other words, we get disconnected with who we are. We do not feel that Satchitananda within ourselves. And this is what Bhagavad Gita says. But Patanjali's yoga also gives us 9 obstacles, which is right similar to this, and which comes to our emotion. All these problems cause stress and diseases. So the first one, Patanjali's yoga talks about our mental diseases, physical diseases, our emotions, laziness, our doubts, carelessness, and delusions, all these issues. And eventually, in summarize it, negative emotions, anxieties, fear, anger, nervousness, stress, all this disconnection, miseries and pains, bondage, and what is called cycle of birth and death. But it is not just a birth and death. Our Sanatan Dharma believes, or our even now the Western world believes in reincarnation. But whenever we are stressful and all that, when we lose connection to ourselves, or we are disconnected and we are not aware of it, it means we live in behoshi. And when we are in behoshi, we are, like a death. We are not even aware of it, even our breath that we are breathing. So how to attain? The main question comes, then how to attain this true yoga? The 8 limbs of yoga. In other words, we have to practice all these yama, niyama, asanas, pranayam, pratyahara, all these. Then we can go to do our meditation, dhyana and meditation to samadhi. So 8 limbs. So if we want to remove these obstacles and quiet our mind, then we must practice these limbs of the Patanjali's yoga, or it is called Raj Yoga, or it is called Bhagavad Gita's true yoga. So there are many ways, but today I decided to take only one, because and usually I take the subject when I feel like I am facing that difficulty, and I'm sure when I am facing that difficulty, I'm an average person. And many people are facing that problems. When I counsel other people, I hear that's the same thing. I have a job, I come home, I have to cook, I have to do this, take care of my family issues, financial issues, my related to the home and relationship and everything. And our life gets imbalanced. And when our life gets imbalanced, we forget about ourselves. We start taking care of others, but we forget that we have the body which we need to take care of. We have our mind which needs to be quietened. And when our body and mind is healthy, that's the only way we can perform our life, or we can live happily, healthy. and peaceful. So we must, and there is a beautiful verse in Bhagavad Gita, and it says, Yukta ahar, Yukta viharasya, Yukta chetasya karmasu, Yukta swapna bodhasya, yoga bhavati dukkha. In other words, we must have a balance in our eating, in our sleeping, in our entertainment, and anything in our work, and also in our desires, anything and everything we have in our life. We must have a balance. That's why I put this sign in the balance, and then our mind and heart can be balanced. In other words, we have to balance our life, day-to-day life, what we eat, the way we sleep, how much we sleep, how much we work, how much time we spend. All that has to be balanced. So the question comes, is my life balanced in these areas? Like, do I sleep well? Do I have enough hours of sleep? We must have a minimum 6 hours of sleep. Do we eat proper meat? Do we have enough proteins, vitamins, fibers in our diet? Is our food sattvic or tamasic? Are we eating more fruits and vegetables? Do we take care of health? Do have a healthy heart, teeth, eyes, ears? Whole body needs to be, and also the mind. What do I do to balance for my mind? Do I do any meditation? Do I do any bhajan kirtan? What do I do to calm my mind? Do I have any time, silent time for myself? And also, what are my surroundings? Are my surroundings healthy? Are they clean? Do I have a clean home? And clean home does not mean we just get the cleanliness, but what kind of vibrations do we have in our house? How do we argue a lot? Do we have a calmness? Do we have a good communication skills? All that comes to, and then exercise. Do we do enough exercise? How do we handle our stress? What are our relationship issues? Do we handle effectively, or we just let it go and then one day they just bust? So do we take our time to think about all these things? Ultimately, it affects our health. So again, the question comes, my physical, my professional life, what do I do for my pleasure? Do I go and take any time off? Do I spend time with family, etc.? Again, my mental, my spiritual, what do I do to balance my life with spiritually? Emotional, if I get disturbed, how do I handle my stress? And then, do I have enough material things, my finances, my home, everything need to be balanced in life. So that's the question one should ask oneself. And I always put one book. I always have that pen and pencil, and I recommend everybody to please take time and write it down if you feel worried about certain areas of your life. Because that's what Bhagavad Gita says, that's what our scripture says. And actually, that is the truth of the life. If anything is imbalanced, we feel unhappy, we lose our sleep at night. So when I am balanced, my life will be balanced. So in other words, we have to balance our life with all those 8 limbs. So family, work, self, and today's mantra, which we will be using, that I am balanced. So we have to practice that. So attaining ultimate union with self through yoga. True yoga is the balanced life. One of the 2 yogas is balanced life. So spirituality is not just an activity, but it's a lifestyle. That's what I always emphasize. We have to live every moment in the yoga consciousness, union consciousness, awareness consciousness. These are all the different names and different hallmarks of yoga. So, but it's not a quick fix, but a slow, steady, and gradual process. So have a patience. Like when we start the exercises, even at that time, our muscles hurt, our bones kind of feel like our whole body hurts. But after a week or so, we are okay. Body gets used to it. Similarly, we have to have a practice. We don't have to wait for the spiritual practices or meditation and pranayam, or simply when we speak nicely to other people, that itself is a yoga. When we give a smile to other people, that is a yoga. So we should make our lifestyle, just open our heart and have a love. So much manifest the love in our body. So every cell becomes loving and giving and caring. Then we are in peace. And that's what the true practice of yoga is. So we don't have to wait for Sunday. The Sunday is just, we talk about these programs, but practice is for whole week. So here is this, as I mentioned before, most of my pocket books have the spiritual planner on the back. And here is, again, Yog Yukta Bhava Arjuna. Lord Krishna answers to, when he advised to Arjuna that live in the Yog Yukta means live every moment, mindfulness of living in yoga. But how to practice? Practice not just that we sit, lie down on the mat and sit on the mat and practice our asanas. It is off the mat. In other words, every moment of our life, when we are not on the mat, we are not in yoga centers, we are not in on the exercise machines, but we should be practicing. First thing, give a smile to everybody. Whatever suits us, everybody has a different personality. In India, I remember my mother always, first thing in the morning, they always talk to everybody. But the first word came from their mouth was Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Ram. Whatever everybody's, but we should have a habit of at least purifying our tongue and our mind with something nice to say, something to smile, something to do good. And that's what it says. It has actually holds a daily program, like in the morning, you can say 3 mantras, 3 to 108, or whatever number of Om, or whatever your mantra, or whatever feels comfortable to you before starting your day. And then read one message. I always say, have a one message that today I'm going to practice this. Whatever, today I'm going to say more thank you. Today I am going to be more respectful to other people. Respecting others is also another form of yoga. I'm just going to be more patient today and not going to get irritated. So practicing more patience is a patient yoga. I'm going to be more forgiving today. So that's a forgiving yoga. Whatever need of the day is, just make a commitment in the morning that I will practice that during the day and observe yourself. So that's what it says. During the day, contemplate and practice one message. And in the evening, evaluate yourself. How did I do it? And then do meditation, even for 5 minutes, or even if you don't want to do meditation, or you don't want, it's not necessary, you just sit calmly. Just feel like I'm at my place now. I have nothing more to do, and I'm so silent. So make yourself silent. And of course, then pray for our breath, our whatever, our resources we have, blessings. These are all blessings from Supreme Power. So thank Supreme Power for that. Like, see, at the last verse which Arjuna told Lord Krishna, Nashto moha smriti labda tvat prasadan mayayu sthito asmin gat sandeya karishe vachanam tav. It says, thank you. Tvat prasadan mayayu, with you have given me this wisdom, so I gain this prasad with the blessing of yours. Now I am sthit. This means I am samta. I am my system is calmed down now. And since my system is calmed down, my memory is back now. Now I will do as you advise. See, so all the time we are living in the consciousness of Supreme Power. And then whatever we do, we should not pound ourselves for it. Just let go. Do your best and let go. That's what it is, surrender. Let go. And so then the day of blissful state comes, self-realization, true yoga. So karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, raj yoga, whatever. As I said, every activity is yoga. So awareness, once we live in our lifestyle becomes that way, then we are purifying our mind and transforming ourselves. Then our life becomes very balanced, very holistic health. And our wisdom start coming within us. Where is Lord? We say Lord Krishna. Where is it? Is all within us. When we are calm, all of a sudden we get nice messages, like our inner voice start speaking to us. That is Gita. That is Guru Granth Sahib. That is Lord Krishna. That is Baba. Whatever you want to name it. And but that is actually you. I am no different than Lord Krishna or Baba or anybody. As Lord Krishna and me are the same. Then you feel like we are, because what is Satchitananda? What is God? God is Satchitananda, and so are we. And that is the true yoga. So oneness with all. And when Lord Krishna says, Yogi Bhav Arjuna, so then what are the hallmarks we develop? We are free from the negative emotions. In other words, our desires are whatever is necessary to live in this world, and just not going beyond that. And then we are free from this day-to-day annoying angers and too much wants and needs. Need is okay, but too many wants. And then, of course, attachment, me, and mine. We get beyond that. Then we come from the I-ness to we, and minus to we-ness. I mean, wellness. When we are we, then we become wellness. And this is where the yogis hallmarks are. And we are not fearful, because now fear has converted into faith, as we spoke in the previous session. And we are not jealous about anything what other people get. So we are free from all. And that's what the true yogi is. And then we become the yogi. So benefits of self-disciplining and balanced life. We remove all the pains and miseries and become happy, healthy, and peaceful. So balanced life is live in peace. So here, our body, mind, and soul is all connected. We are all from this negativity, tamasic, rajasic, and we are experience that Satchit Ananda. So this is a poem. I have most of my books have the poems. So you can read it, but I'm going to read it loud. That yoga, calmness and serenity of mind, equanimity of mind is yoga. Freedom from anger, fear, selfish desires, and ego. Freedom from jealousy, hatred, and greed is yoga. Freedom from vices, negativity, and the miseries. Freedom from birth and death is yoga. Connection of mind, body, supreme is yoga. Selfless service is yoga. Self-knowledge, knowing my true self, I am Satchitananda, is yoga. Experiencing divinity within, eternal love, peace, and bliss is yoga. Reach my unlimited potential is yoga. Yoga is not a religion. It is the way of life. Yoga is for you, for me, and for all. Yoga is much more than asanas. Yoga is beyond asanas. Yoga is the ultimate happiness, peace, ananda. So today's mantra is I am balanced. So let's all sit down. I'm going to unshare this so we can all see each other. And let's all sit and do meditation together. So wherever you are, just sit comfortably. Align your back, your neck, your head. Take a deep breath all the way down to your stomach. Hold it for a few seconds. Exhale very slowly through your nostrils. Breathe in again through your nostrils. Hold it. Breathe out. Breathe in and balloon your stomach area. And that will balloon your entire body. Hold it. Exhale slowly. And now breathe normally. And with every breath, smile in, smile out. Smile in, smile out. Smile in, smile out. And continue to breathe normally. And now with every breath in, say relax. And feel the relaxation with every smile. So breathe in with a smile and feel the relaxation in your body. Breathe in, breathe out. Now focus on your nostrils. Feel the vibration of the breath on your nostrils. And travel with the breath. To your lungs, to your heart, to your body. And recite the Om 3 times again. Om. Feel the breath going in with Om mantra vibration. Filling each cell of lungs. Moving to the heart. Focus on the heart with the breath and vibration. Feel all the vibration is releasing any blockage, balancing the cholesterol level and blood pressure, that pure healthy energy moving with the bloodstream to the entire body, to the lower part of the body, all the way to the toes. And on the back, the shoulders, to the face region, the middle of forehead, the entire head region. See the golden light right in the middle of your eyebrows. So this ABL meditation, Om with breath and light, will take us from this Triguni Maya and feel that light expanding from the forehead to the face region, to the entire body, to the heart region, the chest area, the arms, to the stomach area, legs, thighs, back, jaws, cheeks, eyes, ears. The entire body is filled with pure healing energy generated with Om mantra and pure oxygen, breath, and golden light, removing all the darkness in every part of our body and balancing the body. Just make sure your body is balanced wherever you are sitting, with your back straight, head straight, aligned. Just think about any area of your body or mind or in the family or the health, anywhere is imbalance or unhealthy. Just put the golden light on that area and balance it. And tell yourself, which is called affirmations, that my life is balanced. I eat balanced food. My food is filled with proteins, fibers, vitamins. I eat healthy food. I spend some time to entertain myself. I have a balance in my entertainment. I sleep well, at least for 6 hours, but no more than 8 hours. I meet my needs of daily life. I spend time with my family and friends as needed, but enough time. But I also have enough time for myself. I have a balance with my work life, my family life, and time for myself. When it gets imbalanced, I bring it back. I do my best to bring it back and spend time with myself. I exercise, do asanas, pranayam, meditation, at least 20 minutes each to create balance in my life. See yourself having a balanced life. I am balanced. My life is balanced. And feel that calmness in your body and peace in your mind and happiness on your face, smiling, and relaxation in your body. And feel the total oneness with the universe, The light, the energy within the body has expanded and merged with the whole universe. Feel that I am Sat Chit Ananda. And now send this energy, this pure healing, Anandamay Shakti, to your loved ones, your friends, family members, and to the places which might need more at this point. And pray to Almighty that may God bring peace, love, happiness, and balance in the whole universe. Right now, the universe is imbalance, got very imbalanced. So send this balanced energy, calmness to the whole entire universe. And now bring this powerful energy back to your own body, mind, and gradually bring from your head region all the way down to the toes, an entire body is filled with pure energy. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Now rub your hands and put it on your head, face, just like a massaging your whole body with this pure energy, because our hands are filled with this pure energy. So now rub your hands again, make a small cup and put it on your eyes and open your eyes very gently. And thank you. Thank you very much for joining and experiencing this beautiful energy. So action and practice. Self-discipline is the key. So live your life in balance. That is a message and that is a mantra. And
Thank you, Satyaji.
And next week also we'll be speaking about in the same nature, but it will be one other subject, Samta. Samta is a little bit, so we will be speaking about more on that part. And really thank you, all of you, very much.